Hello everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to have problem number 40. Write a program to fill an array elements hard-coded. Hard-coded, which means manually. We will assign the values to the array elements manually. We will not use that generate random or generate elements with random numbers. That function that return for us random numbers and fill it to the array and give us elements and fill it to the array. We will not use that function to let the compiler return them automatically. We will assign the values to the array elements manually. That's what we called it hard-coded, okay? Then display the distinct numbers, which mean don't copy the repeated numbers from array 1 to array 2. We won't, like the previous lessons, want to copy numbers from array 1 to the array 2, but this time we don't want to copy the repeated number. For example, once I do run to the program, once the user do run to the program, the output should be like this. The elements of array 1 are 10, 10, 10, 50, 50, 70, 70, 70, and 90. We have duplicate numbers, so the compiler complete and print for us this string. The non-duplicate numbers are 10, 50, 70, and 90. We take 10. It's also repeated here 2 times. We will not take it again. We just take it 1 time. 50 also, it's 2 times in array, and we take it just 1 time. And within our array 70, repeat it for 4 times, and we just take it 1 time, and 91 time we copy it. Okay, now let's go to Visual Studio to see how we're going to convert this requirement into code. Alright guys, before we go to the solution of problem number 40, I would like to tell you that the solution of this problem number 40, now that you will saw it after this record, it's a little bit complicated, a little bit, not so much. For that, the next video, we will have different solution and more easier, more readable solution for the problem 40, for problem number 40, okay? So if you not understand the logic and the code in this problem, or the logic of this problem number 40, in the next video I wrote for you a different solution for problem number 40 to make it more easy and more readable, and you will understand it in the next video more better. But in this also lesson, the solution is good. I feel it because I recorded this solution or this video or this problem recorded like 2 months ago, and now because I want to upload it to YouTube, I found that the logic a little bit complicated, and also it has new things maybe you don't take it before in the concepts of the programming. All right, for that I decided to solve it in easiest way and more readable solution and more readable logic that you already get used about it in our series or in our previous course and in this course. So watch the solution of problem number 40 in this lesson, in this video, and if you not understand it, you have different solutions. Solve the same problem number 40 in more easy way and in a more readable way. Okay, so enjoy, and I wish you lovely time. Alright, this is our solution of problem number 40. Let's do run first to check out the problem. Perfect. Once we did run, the compiler display for us these strings with the numbers. The elements of the array 1 are 10, 10, 10, 50, 50, 50, 70, like on the slide. Okay, the non-duplicate numbers are 10, 50, 70, 90. We just take the number that already repeated more than 1 time in the array 1, we just take it 1 time. We copy it just 1 time to the array 2. Okay, so how we solve this problem? Let's start from the main function. First we said integer array 1, array length 1, like before array 2, and its length also. And we fill array elements hard-coded. This time we fill it hard-coded, even the function I name it hard-coded. Hard-coded means manual. Let's open it, this procedure. We said array length 1 because we want to fill the first array, its length. We make the array 1 length 10 positions we have. We book from the 100, the capacity maximum size of our array 1, 10 slots. We said array 1 of 0, the first index, the first position, we assign to it 10, number 10. And array of 2, we assign to it number 10 also. Until array of 9, which is actually represent position 10, but because the indexes of the array starts from 0, so here we saw it array of 9, we assign to it 90. That's how we fill the array elements hard-coded, which is mean manually. We didn't use that generate elements with random numbers and let the compiler fill the array with random numbers automatically. So after we fill the array elements, integer array 1 of 100, integer array length 1, and we fill the first array, okay, by this procedure. And after that, what you said, we will display array, we give it the array 1 and its length. The elements of array 1 are, we display it as you saw because the screen was had it run. And we copy it by this procedure. Copy the extent numbers to array, which means copy just the numbers 1 time. No need to copy number 10 that is already repeated in array 1 4 times, we just want to copy it 1 time, and if it's repeated again, we don't want to copy it again. See another number to copy it, okay? How? The trick in all these functions, just focus with me, a little bit confused, not so much, not complicated, but focus with me, you'll understand. Okay, it takes the array and the array 2 and the length of array 1 and the length of array 2 by ref. Don't forget to make them by ref to use them in main function. Anyway, after that we have integer I equal 0, initial value for the I, while I less than array length 1, yeah, I is 0, array length 1, we assign it here above inside the fill array elements hard coded number 10. So array length 1 store inside it number 10, of course 0, it will be less than 10. So the while statement condition will be true, we will go inside it, we'll face this if statement. Here's the trick, focus with me, it's easy. If is number in the array, we give it array 1 and array 2 and the length of array 2. If the number exists in the array 1 and also exists in the array 2, don't add it, please. Add array element to array 2. This is normal procedure, you already know its logic. I just changed a little bit its name, the name of the procedure, or the logic you already know it, use it many times before. All right, so here we'll say if is number in the array, if is number in the array 1 and also already exists in array 2, don't add it, please. When I will need to add it, if it's not, look here, I write or I type or I put not operator, exclamation mark, which means if it's not number in the array, if the number is not in the array 2, not array 1, if it's not in the array 2, add it, please. Add this number, we want to copy it because you don't copy it before, okay? But if the number in the array, how will check if the number in the array 2 or not? By using is number in the array or not. It's Boolean function from Boolean data type, takes the number, which is number 10, let's say, in the first index, and the array 2 and the length. Let's open it. It's rely on is repeated the number in the array. Is repeated the number in the array. Actually, I just changed its function because the logic inside it is exactly same like that function from the lesson of find the position of the index or find the position of the number in the array. I will open it for you. It's here. Is number in the array, return what? Return is repeated the number in the array. It takes the number, let's say it's 10, the array to check the number exists in the array 1 or not, and its length. Let's open this from short data type, you will remember it now. This logic, while I less than array length, if array of I equal number, if the first number of in the first position, for example number 10, same like the number that you want to copy it, if it's same, return I, return the index. If the number does not exist at all in the array 1, return -1. If you remember this logic of this function, I think check that lesson, you will understand the logic of this function. Let's get back to is number in the array, because here the tricky a little bit, okay? Is number in the array, return is repeated number in the array and takes the number as we said in its parameter array and array length. So all this function with its parameter, it will return for me number that exists in the array 1, or it will return for me -1, which is empty. Because is number in the array, it's Boolean, bool function, so the return it will be what? 0 or false. So is repeated the number in the array with its parameter. If it's return for me number, so it doesn't equal -1. Here I write doesn't equal -1. It doesn't equal -1. Yeah, because this function is like return for me number. I have number. It's hold for me number 10, for example. Number 10 doesn't equal -1. -1 is empty. But if hold this function with its parameter return for me -1, -1 equal -1. -1 empty, it's empty. For that, this function is number in the array. It will return for me 0 or false. If it's return for me that the number exists in the array 1 and exists in the array 2, don't add it, please, to the array 2, because I already copied it. I don't want it anymore. But if it's not, by using not operator here, okay, if it's not the number in the array, it's not exist in the array 2, yeah, add it, please, and so on until we add all the numbers that we not copied them before. And here we come back after we copy the distinct numbers to array 2, we just display the numbers, the non-duplicate numbers are as you saw it on console screen. Let's do run again. If you not understand it, it's okay. the programming and your career not rely on this problem, you'll understand with future courses and we'll take advanced things. Okay, because some lessons in this course are a little bit hard. I actually in this lesson put some hard thing, a little bit, not that high, a little bit hard logic, and this just to switch your level from easy things, variables, how to find even number, odd number, to use a little bit array. And I like push you a little bit to array because it's important, and I know there is a lot of things confusing to a lot of you. You can repeat the lessons and the course from the beginning again and again. You will understand it and write the code and practice, practice, practice. If you not practice, you watch me like football watch, you will not be a good developer, believe me. You will be just a watcher. Thank you to watching me and give me views if you like the videos. But I want you really to be a good developer and think like developer. All right? For that, you have to practice. So once we did run the elements of array 1R, blah, 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 10, 10, 10, 5, 5, 7, as we assign them inside the fill array elements hard-coded, and procedure, and the non duplicate numbers are 10, 50, 70, 90. We just take the numbers that we already copied them and we not copy them again to array 2. So that was the lesson of today, lesson number 40. Write a program to fill an array elements hard-coded, then display the distinct number, which means don't copy the repeated numbers from array 1 to array 2. That was the lesson of today, problem of today. Before we finish the lesson, let's do run for third time. We will face error. Why we face error inside add array element to array 2? Why we face here error? Why the code, the logic is good? Because unhandled exception. The compiler will do run and go to the position of the number in the memory, found garbage data, and this is our problem. Why our problem? Because we have to do initial value. Sometimes when you have handled exception error, you have to come here the array len 2 because it's belong to this error. When we do initial value for the variables, it helps us to not face this error. Look, equal 0. Equal 0. Now the program will work good. Before, when we take it, if we take it again, compiler will run the program and will face error because compiler found some garbage in the memory that we not deleted before, or it exists already from the old projects that we used it before. We have to do what? We have all the time to initial the variables like here, right? How I know that this error belongs to this variable? In future I will tell you, because it's a little bit deep thing, no need to know it now. Just initial your variables all the time. A string double quotation if it's integer 0. And as I say all the time, I want you to write the code from scratch, but not all the functions and procedures. For example, display array, we already had it before and you practice on it. Add array elements to array 2, I just changed its name, but the logic we already practice on it. Is repeated the number in the array, also the logic we practiced on it before, right? So these 3 functions is like black box. You know, you have to write your functions and procedures to return for you a correct result, and you just call them when you want. When you want them, you just call them. Like the built-in function. For example, we use rand built-in function. We don't know how the developer write the logic inside it, but we are sure and we tell them that when we use this function, it will return for us a correct result. Your functions and your procedure should to be like this. Should write them in correct way, in proper way, that the another developers when they use them, or you when you get back to use them in different program or problems, it's written for you the same result and written for you the correct result. And in future, in the last 5 problems of this course, we just have last 5 problems and we will hit the projects. I think we will know how the developers write the logic inside some built-in functions that we already used them before, like rand built-in function, like ceiling, like floor, like a round function. All these built-in functions we used them before, and we don't know how the developers write the logic inside them. So we will know some of these built-in function, how the developers write the logic inside them in the last 5 lessons of this course, and after that we'll go to build the project. So just more 5 lessons to have 40 to 45 problems that we solved in this course number 4, and after that we will jump to the projects. So that was the lesson of today. That was the problem of today. See you next lesson, next problem. Ciao.